What's up, Dolphins fans? Travis Wingfield here, the host of the Drive Time podcast, and I'm joined by new Dolphins quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy, you're back home, man. That's got to feel great.
Yeah, man, it's a great feeling. Excited to be back. Looking forward to what's in store for tomorrow.
So I heard you brought your own pen for the signing.
Yeah.
That was a big part of that for you?
Yeah, I mean, just always got to be prepared, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have your own mic as well? Just messing around. So, you're a Miami kid coming back home here. I got to ask you, what's your Miami go-to? The first thing that after this day and all the responsibilities here within the building are done, what's the first thing you want to go do?
Man, I haven't even thought about that. I'm here in the moment right now, man, embracing all of this, taking it all in 1 minute at a time, and I'm enjoying just everything that today has brought to me.
So you've been in a lot of NFL quarterback rooms across your college career, back to high school, obviously a lot of experience. One thing Coach McDaniel mentioned in his media was that a quarterback's role is to not just provide production on the football field, but also serve the rest of the room and, of course, the rest of the team as well. How do you think your role as a quarterback and kind of serving Tua and the rest of the quarterback room fits in here in Miami?
And it's just who I am, man. It's my nature of just doing everything I can to help the team, whether I'm out there playing or if I'm not out there playing. We all have a job to do, and I always believe that, man. It's my job to execute my role, my job, to the best of my ability.
So speaking of that kind of quarterback brotherhood, it's always, a unique element of the football field, right? There's only like 100 or so of you guys in the National Football League, and in that kind of limited space, you guys have experiences that not a lot of people can relate to. So how do you kind of, in this high stress, high stakes environment, how can you positively impact Tua in that quarterback room?
Honestly, man, it just starts with the mindset. As I get to know Tua on this journey, in this chapter of my life, my career, I'm pretty sure I found out some things about him that drives him, and how can you help a person use the things that drive them to keep them going even further. I think that's one of my unique abilities, is to be able to dive within and get to know people and understand their why, and help them really move forward towards their why.
Did you know Tua before coming here to Miami, or I guess do you know him at all?
I met him a couple times last spring.
He's not the only person you know here on the roster. Obviously, a former Louisville teammate, Devontae Parker. How excited are you to reunite with DVP out here?
Oh man, that's a new nickname to me, DVP.
I just made it up. Maybe it is new. I don't know.
But I'm excited, man. He's probably sitting somewhere watching SpongeBob right now.
That's right.
Eating a bowl of cereal or something. But I'm excited, man. Just to get to work, man. With Fonte, the different guys on this roster. There's some great talent. You bring in this coaching staff, a great group of coaches who know how to utilize guys' strengths and their abilities. So I'm excited for what's in store for this team.
So I mentioned earlier your experience in the National Football League, tons of organizations across the league, tons of football, and just a bunch of experiences that you've, ups and downs, and that's how football careers go, right? Adversity and overcoming it. If there's one thing you've taken away from your entire football career, what do you think that would be?
It's knowing how to turn it on and turn it off. And I'm not talking about when you step on the field and step off the field, like knowing how to turn it on for a player to really understanding who you are, man, in society. I think oftentimes, man, because we're number 5 or number 10 on Sundays, we think we're that person 24/7, and you got to know how to disconnect, man, your career from who you are in society. And I think that's what's really helped me, continue to be real with myself and understand, my purpose, because football has been great to me. It's opened so many doors for me. And it's given me opportunities to impact so many people. And then when I take the jersey off and I see that, hey, man, people still genuinely love me, man, it really made me have a different view on life itself.
When you say disconnect, it reminds me of that viral video of you with the cheerleaders at your former high school doing the walk there. That was kind of part of that.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, I tell people all the time, we're rock stars, we're superstars, we're heroes, we're whoever we want to be for 3.5 hours on Sundays, in the fall. And once you step outside of those lines, man, we go back to reality. And we still can make an impact, in life, outside of the game. And that's all I try to do.
Speaking of viral moments, there was a moment last season in Denver with Justin Simmons, your teammate there with the Broncos, who went and did a post-game interview, and then he was looking for the prayer circle afterwards, and he found you at midfield. And he shared that story on Instagram, and it wound up going viral. Can you talk to us about that moment and kind of why that was important to you?
Yeah, just after the games, man, we meet up on the 50, our team and our opponents, and we just pray. And because at the end of the day, man, we give all glory to God because He makes all things possible when we're out there. But I knew that Justin was busy doing his post-game interview, and I knew that he was a part of the circle after every game when we would pray. And the prayer, we tried to wait, and the away team usually had to hurry back to the locker room and things like that. And I just wanted to wait for Justin because I knew, how much he's a God-fearing man just like myself, and I knew that, the prayer meant something to him. It gives you closure, on that game, on that day sometimes, and it was just great to share that moment. It was great to know that it really meant a lot to him, me being there with him in that moment.
So you've made positive impacts really every stop you've been around the National Football League, but you continue to do work in the South Florida community, even when you were in Denver and New Orleans, across the league. And just reading about that, why is giving back to the South Florida community so important to you?
Oh man, it's for one, it's home, but also I always tell people, man, when I was younger, the ones who did a lot in the community weren't really the ideal people, and we had so many guys from South Florida who went off to have careers on a professional level, and sometimes you didn't really see them. You only saw them on the TV, and I always want the people to see me in the flesh. To understand that I am accessible. I'm not just a guy you see on TV. I walk down the same sidewalks, visit the same corner stores, buying snacks. So it means that much to me, just because I was once in the next child's shoes years ago. So and they still motivate me to this day. I tell everyone a story about when I was injured, and my sister, she lived down in Little Haiti, and we were just sitting outside, and one of the young kids, he was about 11 years old at the time, and because I was injured, he was pissed off. He was like, man, you suck, man. You're supposed to be out there. How you get hurt? And of course, I was like, man,
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, but it really hit home. Like, man, it really means something. When I'm out there, that I'm really making an impact. When I'm out there on the football field, and it just gave me a chip on my shoulder to really try to overcome what I was going through.
You mentioned the injury. What did you ultimately take away from that? Because you came back and you've had some good numbers, won a lot of football games after that injury when, it was a moment where people were worried about your long-term prognosis, and here you are back with the Miami Dolphins and a long NFL career. What did you take away from that entire process?
I found my purpose in life, and that was the biggest thing I took away. But I also realized that, I come from a fighting DNA. My mom, she's a breast cancer survivor. And, everything that I went through with my injury, I pretty much applied what I learned from watching her go through what she went through with breast cancer. She never, frowned. She never, was down. She continued to smile through it all. That was like big for me. I was 14, 15 years old at the time and thinking, okay, my mom has breast cancer. What's next? Thinking all the worst things possible. And she stayed positive, kept helping people. She has such a big heart. So when I was injured, it was like, man, my mom went through something 10 times worse, and it's like, I can't frown about it. I can't be sad. She didn't, frown or be sad. So that was one of the biggest takeaways that, I come from a fighting DNA.
I have to guess mom's going to have season tickets this year.
Man, I don't know because she actually lives in South Carolina now.
Okay.
So I joked with her the other day, though. I said, man, everyone's saying you're probably going to move back to South Florida now that, I'm coming home. So
I had to ask you, South Florida, the humidity, you know the weather very well, but are gloves going to be part of the Teddy Bridgewater experience here?
Yeah, they'll be a part of the experience for sure.
Okay, had to ask it. So as you look to your career here with the Miami Dolphins and starting this new chapter here, what's the ultimate thing the Dolphins are going to get with Teddy Bridgewater as a player, as a person?
Man, just going to get a guy who wants to compete, as a player and as a man in society. Every day that I wake up and my feet hit the ground, I hit the ground running because I'm thankful that I get a new opportunity to make an impact in the world. And that's all I want to continue to do.
Very good. That's all I need from you, Teddy. Teddy Bridgewater, Dolphins quarterback. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.